All right. Okay, I think one more person wants to come in. Okay. All right. Yes, we're getting started now. Tonight, we'll be focusing on how to get data. Now, there are different sources of data, but like what you are seeing on the screen, we said in the data preparation process, which is the first step, as a data analyst, obtaining data is a crucial step. And here are just 9 common methods for acquiring data. The first one is looking at data internally, that's internal data source. That means when you look within your organization for data that is already available. That means the data that they have already prepared. That's what they are talking about, which may include your customer database, your sales record, your financial statements, and any other relevant data stored within the company system. You can access it from the company system. That's what it means. And that one is a whole lot easier. Just like the one I've sent now is an internal data, which is within us. Now, the second one has to do with an external data source, whereby you have to seek out or look out for an external data that can provide valuable information for your analysis. And this may include some publicly available data sets, government data repositories, industry reports, like some banks, financial reports, some organizations, they make publications where you can look at, and these brokers that do investment, they look at it before they can take decision. Or data from third-party providers. For example, now if you need data on telecommunication and you have access to a company like MTN, you could actually go to meet them and get data for a particular location. And also, you could also get information or data through surveys or questionnaires. Now, you are being taught how to conduct surveys or questionnaires to use to collect specific data directly from your target audience or your stakeholders. What does that mean? Some of us, when we're in our final year, we sent some questionnaires out, and we got some information, even though we don't know what we're doing then. But nowadays, people that are doing the real-time research, anybody can just stop you and say, please, can you help me? Can you assist me? Oh, I'm carrying out a research. It could be about an awareness program. It could be about maybe an happening. It could be about a particular product. Oh, how much people know about this product. For example, when Hypo came into the market, Hypo didn't just stay on the television waiting for people to tune the station. They came door to door in every state of Nigeria, and I can tell you they are one of the best business model strategy that I've seen when they came into the market. The only thing they couldn't do is to push Jig out completely. Jig sells more only from hospitals, because hospital will not allow you to bring Hypo, especially when your wife wants to put to bed. That's the only thing that is keeping Jig in the business. Now, the one that is also a bit stressful, which we'll be looking at also, is data scrapping, and that is the number 4 here, which has to do with being able to extract data from websites, from social media platform like your WhatsApp. You know that you can analyze data from your WhatsApp, but that's not the focus tonight. We are looking more on the internet, which has to do with website. Okay, all right, which has to do with websites. So we'll be looking at how to extract data from websites and other online sources using web scraping techniques. Now, let me pause a bit and also explain something here. When you are told to look for data from the internet, please be very careful. There are many sources of data online, but the truth is not all of them are reliable. One, not all of them you can download information from their site without you having to pay. Some of them will tell you to pay. If you don't pay and you download, you are going to download another file that can corrupt your existing file. And that's not even the problem. The problem is there are many information online. You don't know which one is true, and you don't go and use the wrong information to do your work. So what we recommend based on research, there are several, but based on our own experience, we recommend Wikipedia anytime, any day. Those guys spend a lot of money on research, and at least it has been proven that 90% of their information are very true. The other ones, not that they are not true, but maybe they need to update it. That's the way it's been kept. So we tell people, when you want to get data online, please advisably go to Wikipedia. It's free. They won't disturb you. Nobody will lodge any complaint. It's there. You can download as many times as possible. So this night we'll be getting data from that place. And also you can also get data from through data partnerships, whereby you collaborate with other organizations or businesses to obtain data that you as an individual might not be able to have access to independently. There are several of them. You've been able to network. Some are online, some have offices physical. We have some in Port Harcourt here, we have some in Lagos that I know of, and I know of a few also in Abuja. Other places I know they might be there, but maybe I don't know, so I won't be able to say much about that. Now we also have what we call IoT, which is Internet of Things. Now with IoT, they can get data from several devices or sensors that can capture relevant information. For example, now people that goes to the rig, they have some equipment, they have valves, they have Christmas tree, a lot of machines on the water, on land, even underwater. Now some sensors have been attached on these equipment to be able to capture relevant information. For example, they will say, okay, what's the pressure of this particular valve after every 5 minutes. There's a particular reading that they'll be looking at. They will not be able to go there and be checking, maybe because of distance, maybe for safety reasons. Sometimes they send some robots to even go there and check what is happening if it is underwater. But now with these IoT, you're able to collect data that you can just go to that device. You don't have to go there. You can access the device remotely and then get the data from there. There are cases you might actually need to purchase some data, though, when there is need for it. For example, if you are running a bulk SMS business and then you want to target a location, there are some companies that sell people's phone numbers, and they will just tell you, okay, how many phone numbers do you need? I say I need 100,000 phone numbers. Okay, which state are you looking at? Okay, I'm looking at maybe Zamfara State, and they will sell it to you. But nowadays, because of NCC regulations and some other policies, I think that has reduced to a greater extent. Then we also have data storage and data warehouses, whereby you can explore internal and external data storage solutions, such as, please, if you have not muted your mic, kindly help mute your mic, please, so that I will not be getting some hallback or feedbacks. Or data lakes, which consolidates and store data from multiple sources in a centralized location. For example, okay, inside this table, I put a link whereby you can get several data if you want to play with it. See the English I used? I used the word play, but it's actually not a play. It's inside the file I sent to us. This one, it has about 11 global open and public data sources on this left hand side of the screen, sorry. But on the right hand, this one is strictly for Nigeria data. You can go there, you can check them, and then you can make use of it. Our advice, if you get there, just download the data, study the data. Some of them come with objectives they're going to use to work as a guide, and then you can use it a lot to analyze. You can get data from different fields there. That's what it means. Now we also have APIs, which is application program interface, to access data from various online platforms, services or databases. For example, people that are into, let me say, forex, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. When you go to a particular site, you will see updates about maybe the exchange rate, the price of a particular crypto. Everything is there. It's not that somebody is writing it somewhere. No, it's fetching from an API, from a source. It's fetching and then putting the price there. For example, let me use Bitcoin. If you are selling Bitcoin, on your site there must be a particular place that will show the current price of Bitcoin, so that if anybody comes and they can see, oh, Bitcoin is this amount, okay, let me buy, they assume you are reliable. Not that you are doing it or you are updating every time. No, it just fetches through the API. You just get the API, embed it into your site, and automatically it will update. Now we also have we've discussed some of these data formats. We have CSV, we have Excel, and then we have JSON. JSON means JavaScript Object Notation. It's a lightweight data interchange format which is easy for us to read and write. Let me spell you those grammar. For example, now if you put on your phone and then you want to connect your system to WhatsApp, good, it will bring like a code. Okay, it says scan this QR code from your phone. Immediately you put your phone, which is a device, it will scan and read it. Once they can communicate, it will give you access to WhatsApp on your laptop, and then you can continue from there. Now XML, that's extensible markup language, more like HTML, which is used to encode data in a very structured format. Then we also have SQL, which is another language. All right, then we have different data types, but this is what I'm going to do to spare us all the stories. We have understanding of some of them. Now, where I want to focus first before I get here is this section: how to get data. Now, before now, as at yesterday, if you want to access any data is sent to you, you just double click, bang bang, and then it opens. No, that is the way you do it when you are doing the normal Excel. When you want to do data analytics, it doesn't work that way. It has a different approach to it. I'll be opening my Excel now. Please, can anybody confirm if they can see my Excel screen? Let me be double sure. You can see my Excel screen? Anybody? Okay, you
Yes,
can.
I
All right,
can.
fine, good. Okay. All right. Since we can all see my Excel screen, please, yes, I'm recording as much as possible, but beyond the recording, I want us to get it right. First, I'm going to my data menu. I'm starting with my data menu. That is where you bring your data from outside Excel into Excel. Just watch. Very simple. I click on data. Now, I now go to get data. For some of us, we are not going to have this get data. Even if you have get data, you will have it arranged underneath like this. You see from web, from other sources. You see new query. That's what you are going to see. But don't worry, relax. Whatever it is, it's still the same thing. Just the arrangement that's different. So I go to get data. For me, because I'm using Office 2019. So from get data, I go to from file. I'm not in a rush. I'm not rushing anywhere. From file. Now the file I want to bring in is from Excel. So you can see from file, and then I go to from Excel workbook. All right, now from Excel workbook, I click on it. This time around, I am not just double clicking and it is opening for me. No, that's not what I'm doing. So I click on get data. This time around I said from file. So because I said from file, I'm going to where the data I want to use is. Watch. The data is on the desktop and is named sales data, which is this guy. Now when I click on sales data, look at what happens. Sorry, it is no longer showing me open. See my mouse here, it's now showing me import. That means I'm getting my data from outside the Excel I'm opening to bring into Excel. I'm now importing it into Excel, which that is the pathway of bringing in a data into your Excel format when you are doing analytics. There is a reason for that. When I click on import, let's see what happens. Just follow me carefully. Now I've clicked on import. Now see what I'm having on my screen. Remember the 4 steps, okay, the 5 steps of data analytics. 1. Prepare data. 2. Model the data. 3. Analyze your data. 4. You visualize your data. And 5. You measures or manage the data. Now under P, we have 4 steps. Follow the process. If you follow the process, you got no problem. Now the first one is O. What is my objective? The second one is M. Which measure am I looking at? The third one is get. Now if you look at it, we are getting the data. That is the process. Now we have set our objective, our measure. We will now see, okay, oh, how many objects are we having and how many variables. Good. And now we now want to get the data before we clean. Now look at it. I click on sheet 1. Let's see what happens in the preview. Good. This is the preview environment. This is the same data we double click yesterday and then we're playing with, and then we click on region, rep and the likes. This time around, watch carefully. If you look beneath here, you will see load, you will see transform data. In some other lower versions from 2016 and below, you might not see transform data, you might see edit. It's still the same thing as transform. Please let me make it known to you. I'm only going to do the transform data once for tonight, because from transform data it will take us to the Power Query Editor. That's not what we are doing tonight, but at least for you to understand and see how the interface looks like, I click on transform. Remember the C, OMGC, from the file I sent. The C is clean and transform before you load. So now I click on transform data and let's see what happens on the screen. We're waiting for it. Good. Now I'm not telling you to do anything yet, please, for the sake of Christ. I just clicked on that transform data to see what will happen when you click on transform data. That's not our focus for tonight. Now I move my mouse to the first line here, and then we'll see Power Query Editor. Please, you can see my mouse on the top of the screen. Let me move my mouse so that you can follow and see it. Good. Power Query Editor. Now Power Query is also a strong tool, stronger than Excel. If you have large volume of data and you load into Excel directly, it can crash your Excel, trust me. But Power Query is stronger, more robust than Excel. That is where the transformations come to play. That's why you are seeing query settings, you see applied steps. We are coming back to Power Query. So now we are not going to do anything, but when we click on transform data, it brings us to the Power Query Editor. Don't go and start exploring. If you spoil your own, you're on your own. Now, I now click on close and load so that it will load the data directly into Excel. So I click on, you can see close and load under the file menu here, but we are not clicking on the file. It's actually inside the home menu. I'll click on close and load. Then it will load the data now into Excel. Look at it. I don't have to press Ctrl T. It has turned it to a table automatically. So now, that is how to import a data into Excel. That is how to get a data into Excel. Okay, at this point, I will pause a bit because I want us to see, so that if anybody has any question, I will stop here. Then, if you have any question, you can ask me. I will definitely do answer. Let me do it one more time before you ask me. Let me close this guy. I will not save it, so I'm not saving. Good. I'm opening my Excel straight. I've opened my Excel. Good. This is my Excel interface. Now, I want to get the data. See what you are doing like English. You will not stress yourself. So I go to data menu because that's where it's been found. Now under the data menu, I go to get data. I go to from file and I go to Excel workbook. If it is a CSV file, I will go to from text or CSV. If it is an XML file, I will select XML. If it is a JSON file, I will select a JSON. If it is a folder, I will select a folder. If it's from a SharePoint, I will select the SharePoint folder. But for the sake of this night class, we are looking at just from the Excel workbook. So I'm clicking on the Excel workbook now. All right. I hope we do understand what I'm trying to do. Yes. Now I'm going to the data itself on my desktop. It's called sales data. This is it. Now we are now seeing imports. When I click on import, it's going to stir up some things for me, but I don't want to go into the stories. I click on import. It will now look at it. It's connecting to the data and trying to do some things at the background. Now, it's possible you have more than one sheet, but in this data now we're only having one sheet. So how at the back of your mind, you are not going to model. You're not going to be creating any relationship. Good. And I said, at this point, we can choose to transform the data. Yes, it's always best to transform data so that you can clean and then you load back into Excel. But I said this transform data will take us into our Power Query editor. But that's not the focus for tonight, so I will not be going there this time around. I'll come to load. I'll just click on load. So it will load this data into Excel as a table. So I don't have to be doing Control A, Control T. Can you see now? It has brought it for me as a as a table. So from here, anything I want to do, I can just continue my work. And if you look at my far right here, you can see he gave me a summary. He said, one query, don't bother yourself yet. He just showed me 43 rows loaded. And this is a preview of what is happening in the same data. This preview, you are not using it for anything. For now, you can see it's still loading more data sources, but relax yourself. Look at it. It's showing me 7 columns, more like giving me a report. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7 columns, but don't forget, it can also be called variables. So we have 7 variables, still named as 7 columns, and then we have 43 rows, which we can also call 43 respondents. All right, so that's that. If I want to bring in data from my system or from my local machine or from Excel worksheet. Now, I'll pause. and I'll take our questions. We'll fix it. Then when we are done, fine. We will now go into getting data from online, which is where the work lies. But we are going to get it done tonight together. But first, let me stop talking and allow us if anyone has any question. But first, if you can, try this on your system now. I've repeated it twice. If you have any challenge, share your screen and I'll find a way to help you. Please, the floor is open now for discussions. So if you have any, please let me know.
I'm using Microsoft Excel. I think mine is page 16. I don't
Sorry,
have
your
that.
voice is very far. You said what?
Okay, can you hear me, sir?
Far better now. Thank you. I appreciate.
Okay, sir. I was saying I'm using 2016 Excel,
Okay, Excel 2016. Yes. Yes.
and I can't find I I've gone to data menu, but I can't. What
Okay.
I
Okay,
found
don't
here is
worry.
get
Relax.
external
Don't
data.
worry. Don't worry. Let me stop sharing my screen. Then you share yours. Do you understand now?
All right. Okay, sir.
Let me stop sharing mine. Then you share yours because we could have some persons too who are also using 2016.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All right. First of all, click on that X. Click on this activate line. Close it. That product notice. Yes, close it first. All right, good. Now, in your own case, there are two ways to approach yours or anyone that is in 2016. After the external data, there is another one called new query. I see new query.
Yes, sir.
Click on that small arrow. Wow.
Oh, okay.
So that's where, aha, from here now you can find your way, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you can move on. All right, thank you. Any other person, please? Any other person? Any other person? Any other person? Okay, fine. If you have done what you are told to do and you are able to get it, then share your screen. Hello, everyone in the house. The house is quiet. I hope we are trying to do it
Yes.
because it's getting sweeter. Let me use that English because now we are going online.
Can you see my work?
Yes, I'm seeing it. Oh, great, 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 great. Oh, this is good. Beautiful. You can see that it's different from what we have been doing since. Yeah,
Yes.
right. And now you can see life is easier with this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you very much. Sorry, you. People where they doing it, it's normal. Don't worry. It will happen. So, are you saying that? Are you all saying that I should proceed? Okay.
You can go.
All right. Thank you. Um, Everybody's making it simpler for me. You said what? Somebody was trying to say something, please. Sorry, if it's something I need to know, please let me know. If not, I will sail. All right. Good. Okay. Let me share my screen then. Okay, fine. Now, we have learned how to get data from internal source. Now, we want to also see how to get the data from an external source. Now, I sent a file to Ross. I named it Objective, yes. Let me open mine. Objective, yes. Yeah. Okay, good. This is for sales data sets, the one I just sent now that we're going to be working on later. Yes, this is. I now said objective for UEFA Champions League data. Now, let's assume you have a friend who is maybe a reporter, or let's say a journalist, maybe somebody working in a radio station. I know one thing that unifies the whole world is football. When football comes to play, everybody forget whether they are Christians, whether they are Muslims, they forget who they are. Me, I don't have time to watch all, but there is one I don't joke with, that's finals. No matter how it be, unless na Sunday morning, no, I feel no watch am. But if it's not Sunday morning and I don't have any presentation or a class, I must watch that match. If I can plead with the student and say, I beg, I won't watch final, fine. Although I don't do that, sure. So now, in this case, somebody is telling you that, oh, since tomorrow is the final, I would like to, can you help me get some data or help me get information from the internet? And what's the information? Help me get UEFA Champions League final from inception to date. What am I trying to say? Help to get all the clubs that has ever played finals right from the beginning of UEFA Champions League, right from the time it began. I need the information. Can you help me with it? I just want to know which clubs have been playing finals right from inception. Which clubs have won? How many times they have won? How many people came to watch the match? What was the score line? Even when most of us were not born, the information is there. That's what we want to do. We want to get data for the UEFA Champions League final from inception till date. Note, the objective says finals, UEFA Champions League, from inception till date. So we want to first go and get the data. So follow me as I journey to go and get the data. Remember, what I said initially. Where did I say we get the most? Where did I say we get the most? What's it called? Valuable or reliable information. Who can remind me?
Wikipedia.
Thank you very much, sir. Wikipedia. That's a good one. Now, the idea is not just to go straight to Wikipedia. Look at, you must also know how to use your keywords. Let me see if somebody wants to come into the room. Oh,
It's notification.
okay. 10 minutes. Okay. No wala. So we'll go and we'll come back. All right. Now, I want to go online to get that information. What am I going to do? UEFA, see what I'm typing on? Champions League finals. I don't want to go straight. I know where I'm going. So I'll just type this and I'll press enter. Look at what it's giving me. First, it's giving me the one they are going to play on Saturday. Hopefully, if Man City will win three, what do they call that? Three trophies, treble, well, whatever, bass clef, treble clef. But, thank you. Are you a Man City fan? Okay, all right. Anyway, that was just on a lighter mood. Now, this is not what I need. This is the one that will come later. So now I go again. I'm scrolling. Yes, this looks like it. But where is it being hosted? It's on UEFA. UEFA too is reliable, but sometimes the information they get careless. So I'm not going to get it from this UEFA. I scroll down again. It's still giving me the link from UEFA. I scroll down again. It's still giving from UEFA. Now look at this. This ain't UEFA. This is now Wikipedia. And looking at the heading, it says list of European Cup and UEFA Champions Leagues finals. So what will I do? I'll just click on it. Aha. Good. It has opened. So I will scroll down and check. Please be looking, does the data look like it? This data, does it look like what we are looking for? From inception, UEFA Champions League finals. The clubs that played the finals, the venue, and then the attendance. Does it look like it?
Yes, sir.
As you scroll down, oh, sorry, I don't get one coach there. You did see?
I'm seeing.
As you still scroll, unbeliever, you don't believe the data. You cannot fight data. Make us still scroll.
Yeah,
You see now, data now has made you a believer. All right, this will give us what we want. Now look at the way it is online. Perfect, thank you. Look at the way it is online. And we want to bring this guy into our Excel. Don't worry, we will do it. Just watch. Now, since this is where my data is that I need, all I'll do, I'll go to the URL, select it, that means you highlight it, then you copy, Control C, or you right click and then you click on copy. Then go to your Excel. See, let me warn you, to make life easier for yourself, just close any Excel that you have opened and open a fresh one because of the query that is running at the background. Please follow me. Oh, good. Now,
can you repeat what is Can you repeat what you just said?
what I just said now? I said
Yes.
follow me. Copy your URL, come to Excel. If you have any Excel document opened, please, for this level, close it and open a new Excel. so that the query that is running behind the first one will not link to this. That's what I said. So now I want to bring in the data from an online source. So I go to data menu. This time around, there are two ways. I can go from here. You can see from web, but I'm not going from web here. Let me still go through from get data. This time around, not from file, not from database, not from Azure. Look at it. Yes, from online services. We have several online services, but the one I'm looking for is not here. So I go and check from other sources. And from other sources, I will just go to from web. I'm not copying from a table or a range. I'm importing data from the website, from an online source. So I click on from web. Don't kill your system if your system no feed one. Just wait. Good. Look at what came up. It gave me where to paste the URL I copied. So I'll just say Ctrl V. Then I will click on OK. After pasting the URL, I will click on OK. Then I will wait. If you are using 2020 and above, it will be very simple. Now look at it again. Remember this interface that we saw earlier when we click on get data. Remember where we are saying load, transform, cancel. So this time around, because of the version of Microsoft Excel I'm using, that is why it's simple. If you are using from lower version, maybe 2013, sometime 2016, the amount of data you will clean tonight, after we are gone to sleep, you will still be cleaning. Now, watch. I will click on this because these are the tables. You can see the icon here. These are tables. Is it data I need? No. I click on key. Is it what I need? No. I check another one again. Now this one, no. Is it this one? Can anybody check and tell me whether it's this one? Sir?
It is, sir.
Okay, it is. Good. Since you said it is, remember I said we are not going through transform tonight. We'll click on load. So it's going to load it as a table. Look at it. It's now processing the query. Look at your right hand of the screen. The query is coming up. It's connecting it. Bam. You don't bring them. Come. To air it to Dion. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love that grammar. So, of course, this guy will go off in the next 2-3 minutes. Then we'll reconnect again. But then, please give this step a shot now, because all of us need to get this data. Then we'll clean this data. We'll play with it a bit. Then we'll create Google form, and that's what we want to focus on tonight. So please, I need us to have this data on our systems now. So let's get going. But first, if you have any question, kindly ask me. Or maybe you are stuck anywhere, let me know.
So, sir, your search, you just search for UEFA Champions League finals, right?
Look at it. Let me call it up again. All I did was look at the keyword I typed. Are you seeing it on the screen?
Yes.
I just typed UEFA Champions League finals. Then I begin to scroll till I begin to scroll from here. Now waiting to first come up with this. I begin to scroll till I get to where I have Wikipedia link. This UEFA link, this UEFA link, this UEFA link. I don't need them. Now when I got to Wikipedia, I now clicked on Wikipedia. Sorry, the link that has Wikipedia as the host. Then when I checked and I saw what I needed, I now click on the URL. I copied it, went back to Excel, Okay, let me open a new file. Went back to Excel, go to my data menu, went to get data from other sources, which is the web. I click on from web. Then from web, it now give me where to paste my URL. I paste my URL and I click OK. It will go around, fetch, bring the table for me in Excel. Oh, sorry, it's going to bring up this interface.